Back here in River Forest, Illinois, on the Cougar Sports Network, I'm CJ Sellner. Glad you could join us here. Game 2 of our doubleheader coming up in just a few moments. Cougars looking to win their 15th straight. They took the opener of this series by a score of 10-6. They now stand with a record of 14-1 overall, the number 1 ranked team in the country. They will take on Marian University, coming in with a 9-5 record after the loss to CUC earlier today. Let's meet your starting pitcher for the Cougars. It is Alex Crinigan to take to the mound for CUC. Crinigan with a 2-0 record and a 1 ERA in 18 innings of work. He's been very, very good for CUC through the early goings. 20 strikeouts to just 2 walks through the early goings. Opponents batting just .206 against him.
Right-hander number 19, Alex Crinigan.
Duganzic will lead off. It's Duganzic, Fulch, Nordland, Meyer, Ahrens, Gates, Bastine, Gonzalez, Landowski. So the only difference in the order for Marian here in Game 2 is Duganzic leading off and Fulch moving into the second spot. As the first pitch is in there for a called strike. First pitch coming at 3:29 p.m.
Game time temperature 48 degrees.
Wind down the 0-1. Swan and popped foul and out of play over the first base side, and it's quickly 0-2. O2 pitch just misses. Setting up your defense for the Cougars here in Game 2. Brandon, Tyrell, and Fouth from left to right. Across the infield, Van Duzer, Mercado, Benavides, and Mariotti. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball grounded to Benavides at second. Bobbled initially, throw across in plenty of time, and there's one away in the inning. So with one out now, that will bring up Fallish, the shortstop. So one out in the inning here. Abe Paz moved behind the plate for CUC to complete the battery with Crinigan. The 0-0 pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. CUC with going with the same lineup. Only difference is Crinigan on the mound, Abe Paz behind the plate, and that moves Justin Rodriguez to the DH spot. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses down, and the count levels at 1-1. One ball, one strike. Crinigan, the big righty, working quickly. This one grounded left side. Van Duzer unable to get as it gets through for a one-out single. So with one out and one on now, that will bring up Nordland, the DH.
Batting third, designated hitter, number 35, Matt Nordland.
So Nordland the batter with one on here. Nordland went 1 for 5 with 2 strikeouts last game as that one fouled straight back, and the count's 0-1. Nordland on the season coming in was a 302 hitter, so has fallen just a few ticks under 300 on the year. Wind blowing out to left center here had a big impact as that one's fought off down the right field line, and it's a fair ball into the corner. Fouth will have it. One run will hold all the way at first, and the other will get around to third. So it's a long single for Nordland, but it'll put runners at the corners here with one away. Game previous to this had a combined 29 hits in it, so this one shaping up early to be no different. It'll bring up Meyer now, the batter. Meyer, the first baseman, was 1 for 5 as well with a run scored in Game 1. Runners at the corners here for Marian. Threatening here with one away. Crinigan looking for a ground ball. First pitch, swung on and missed. He blew a fastball right by him, 0-1. CUC hit 4 home runs in Game 1. Marian hit one as well with the wind blowing out. Marian in the away gray jerseys with navy blue numbers. CUC in the home white uniforms. Kernighan sets in the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball grounded towards short. Could be 2. Mercado to Benavides. Across to first, not in time. As Meyer is just able to beat it out. So that plates the first run of the game on the fielder's choice. 2 outs now as Marian strikes first.
Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 19.
Batting now will be Jake Ahrens, the second baseman. 1 run in, 2 outs in the inning. Ahrens went 1 for 5 in Game 1 with 3 RBIs. He had a big 3-run shot for Marian in the early goings. 0-1 the count on him here. Long look in. Set and a pickoff move will send the runner diving back in plenty of time. No balls, 1 strike the count. Kick and the pitch. Fastball, called strike on the outside corner, and Kernighan's in the driver's seat now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Kernighan with the long look in. And time is called. Paz took a long time getting the sign from the Cougar dugout. Runner on first, 1 run is in the inning so far for Marian. Trying to avenge a Game 1 loss here to the number 1 ranked Cougars. The pitch. Pitch out was high and away. Count now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Kernighan looking in, runner with a short lead over at first. Pitch is a breaking ball. Throw down to second is not in time. And it will be a stolen base for Meyer. The pitch missed as well, so the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second, 1-0. Marian leads it here in the top of the first. Kernighan sets and the 2-2. Breaking ball, spoiled foul, and we'll do it again. Kernighan came in today. He had given up just 2 earned runs in 18 innings of work. Statistically, has been the most effective starter so far this season for CUC. But Marian's able to scrape one across so far. The 2-2. Swan and lifted into shallow left center. Brandon calling for it and making the catch, and that will do it for Marian in the top half. In the inning, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left. We're through a half inning. It's 1-0 Marian with the Cougars coming to bat. Back here in River Forest, I'm CJ Sunner. Glad you could join us once again. Mercado, Benavides, Van Duzer, top three in the order as we move to the bottom of the first. Cougars find themselves in a 1-0 deficit. They will face Martin of Marian. Garrett Martin is 2-0 on the season for the Sabres as the first pitch is popped into shallow right field, dropping quickly, and it'll be down for a base hit. So Mercado aboard with a first pitch single into shallow right. As we still want to get introduced to Garrett Martin. Martin comes in 2-0 on the season in his 2 starts, has a 6.75 ERA in 10 2/3 innings pitched, has allowed 8 earned runs. He has struck out 18 to just 3 walks, so he is a big strikeout pitcher for the Sabres. Opponents are batting .302 against him. So Mercado on first. Batter is Braden Benavides. Benavides in the opener went 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. CUC as a team left 12 on. There was a lot of base traffic in the game 1 of this series. The pitch, Swan and lifted into center. Battling the sun is the center fielder, Bastine, and he lost it. Benavides fell. Mercado running hard. He's going to try to score, and he will. And we're tied at 1. So CUC catches a break, and it's a 1-1 game here in the bottom of the first.
Outfielder ever get a glove on that?
It hit it. I think he did.
So Benavides tripped coming around second. So it's a 1-1 game here. Nobody out. Benavides on second. The batter is Brian Van Duzer. First pitch swinging, and it's fouled off, and it's 0-1.
Batting third baseman number 9, Brian
Van Duzer homered in the opener, going 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. This field not easy to play on in the late afternoon, the way the sun sets, as they called a balk on Martin for not setting. So it'll advance Benavides to third now with nobody out. No balls, 1 strike the count here on Van Duzer. Kick and the pitch. Swan and lifted into shallow right, dropping quickly once again, and that'll be down for a hit. So a single for Van Duzer, and it's 2-1 CUC. Benavides scoring on the play. Still nobody out in the inning. The batter is Brody Mariotti, the first baseman.
Batting fourth, first baseman number 8, Brody Mariotti.
Mariotti going 1 for 5 in the opener with a run scored. Every starter for CUC picked up a hit in that ball game as he comes up empty, now 0-1. Mariotti was one of just 3 players that didn't record multiple hits. Benavides, Van Duzer, Brandon, Rodriguez, Agueldo, Fouth, all with multiple hits. Breaking ball in the dirt, good block there by Duganzic as the count levels at 1-1. Two runs in so far in the inning on 2 hits for CUC. Kick and the 1-1. Off the outside corner. Now 2-1 to Mariotti. The pitch. Swan and missed. Mariotti is laid on a fastball off the outside corner, and the count levels at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Van Duzer, the runner on first. CUC answering a Marian run in the top half of the first with 2 of their own thus far. The pitch. Swung and missed as Mariotti chased a pitch up and out of the zone, and he is out number 1. Batter now will be Connor Brandon, the Cougar left fielder.
The left fielder, number 32, Connor Brandon.
Brandon went 2 for 3 in the opener with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. He was one of the ones that homered on a no-doubter to dead center field. Van Duzer still standing at first. Kick and the 0-0 pitch. Misses down and away for a ball, 1-0. Kick the 1-0. Swan and popped into right. Long run for the right fielder, dropping quickly, and it will be just foul down the right field line. Within a foot or so down the right field line of the third hit of the inning that's gone into that area. But it ends up just foul, and the count evens at 1-1. Kick in the 1-1. Runner going. Breaking ball is high. Throw down to second is in time. 2-4 as Van Duzer gets thrown out trying to take second base. And there's 2 away in the inning. The pitch missed high. Count now 2-1 to Brandon. The pitch misses down as Martin tripped off the mound. Count now 3-1 here to Brandon. Martin working out of the windup, lines and deals. Pitch that swung on and missed as Brandon chased one off the outside corner, and the count runs full at 3-2. Lined and the full count delivery. Swan and spoiled foul and out of play, and we'll do it again at a full count. Martin likes to work fast up on the mound for CUC or for Marian. He's even been quick out of the stretch as well. The 3-2 again. Breaking ball misses, and Brandon is aboard with a 2-out walk. So with a runner on now, that'll bring up Keegan Tyrell, the center fielder. Tyrell had a no-doubter in the opener. That was his only hit of the ball game on a 2 RBI shot. Runner on first with 2 away. So you see with 2 runs in the inning. First pitch, fastball called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Marian as a team came into today with a 5.08 ERA. The pitch, breaking ball, misses in the dirt, and the count levels at 1-1. Compared to CUC, which it'll jump after game 1, but CUC had a 2.19 ERA, which ranked second in the country coming into today's doubleheader. Martin kicks 1-1. Swung on and missed as Terrell chased a fastball off the outside corner, and it's now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 away in the inning. Kick in the pitch. Runner going as it's popped into right. Playable for the right fielder who will make the catch, and that will do it for the Cougars in the inning. In the inning, though, CUC picks up 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 Marian error, and they leave 1. We're through 1 complete here in River Forest. Your score, Cougars 2, Sabres 1. Back here in River Forest, Illinois. Glad you could join us here. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Krennigan on for his second inning of work as the first pitch misses down for a ball, 1-0. He will face Gates, the right fielder, to lead off the inning. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Sabres as a breaking ball is grounded towards third. Van Duzer on the run. Throw across is in time. Nice play there by Brian Van Duzer on the run for out number 1.
Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 16, Nick Bastine.
It'll be Nick Bastine, the batter now for the Sabres. Bastine went 1 for 2 in the opener.
I'll get it.
Krennigan winds and the 0 pitch. Bunt shown and pulled back as the fastball ran inside. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Krennigan winds the 1-0. Fastball misses upstairs, now 2-0. Wind and the 2-0. Swan and lifted into center. Tyrell is there. He will camp under it and make the catch, and there's 2 away. With 2 away in the inning now, that will bring up Landowski, the number 8 batter in the order.
Left fielder, number 13, Jonah Landowski.
Landowski went 2 for 3 with a walk in the opener. Krennigan trying to work a clean second as the first pitch misses down and away for a ball, 1-0. Landowski came into today hitting .281 on the year. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses up and away, now 2-0. .2-0 pitch. Swan and hit into right center, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Fouth will cut it off, and the runner will hold at first. So it'll be a 2-out single for Landowski. They'll bring up the number 9 batter, Adrian Gonzalez.
The third baseman, number 55, Adrian Gonzalez.
Gonzalez went 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in the opener. Hitting just a $140 on the year. First pitch fastball sawed him off as it gets fouled straight back, 0-1. CUC debuting the new field improvements here today. Brand new graded and brand new sod on the infield. Looks really good here in the early spring. Also, they have the new windscreens all across the outfield as this breaking ball is lifted foul and out of play. Count now 0-2. But you have the new C in center, Concordia baseball in left, the All-Americans in center field, and then all the championship years in right. No balls, 2 strikes here to the number 9 batter in the Sabre order. Krennigan gets his sign from Paz, kicks and deals. A pitch out as it's a ball up and away. Runner not going on the play. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Pickoff attempt will send the runner diving back in plenty of time. CUC will have 7, 8, 9 due up next half inning. And they're going to get a balk called on Krennigan as he tripped coming off the mound. So the runner will move into scoring position here with 2 away. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Now with the runner standing on second base for the Sabres. Kick and the 1-2. Swan and lifted foul and out of play, and we'll do it again at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning. Krennigan trying to keep CUC with a 2-1 lead and get it to the bottom half. Kick and the pitch. Swan and lifted into shallow center. Long run for Tyrell. Run is going to score as the throw will be up the first base line. And it's a 2-2 ball game. So Gonzalez delivering the RBI here in the second inning. It's a 2-2 game. Pitch was not hit well, but just enough over the head of Mercado. Tyrell's playing shallow in center field, but it was still out of his reach. First pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Paz. 1 ball, no strike to count. Gonzalez with the RBI single. His first RBI of the season as the pitch is a ball, now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to count. 2 outs in the inning. The kick and the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike, just catching the lower part of the zone, now 2-1. Batter is Duganzic, the catcher. He's 0 for 1 here in game 2. He grounded out last time up as he'll call time. Healthy lead over at first for Gonzalez. The pitch. Breaking ball, spoiled foul and out of play, and the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the second of a 2-2 ball game. We'll call Yahtzee on the 2s. Krennigan with the long look in, now readies. Kick and the pitch. Breaking ball is swung on and missed. He struck him out. And that will do it for Marian in their half. In the inning, they pick up 1 run, though, to tie this thing at 2 through 1.5. 2-2, your score. Back here in River Forest, Illinois, I'm CJ Sun. I'm glad you could join us here. Sunshine day. Don't let the sun fool you, though. It's a chilly one here in River Forest. It'll be 7-8-9 due up for the Cougars in the bottom of the second. Justin Rodriguez to lead off. He had a very good game. He went going 3 for 5 for the Cougars in the opener. Been swinging the bat well as of late, as the first pitch is swung and fouled off through the first base coach's box. 0-1 the count. Cougars will host Wisconsin Lutheran College on Saturday before heading to IIT on Sunday. If you can't make it to the games, you can always find all the live links at cucougars.com/coverage. 1 pitch misses down, now 1-1. The 1-1 pitch down once again to Rodriguez. Now 2-1. Rodriguez coming into today was batting .300 on the year, as the 2-1 pitch is a called strike on a fastball. Now 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swung and spoiled foul as he sawed Rodriguez off with the fastball on the inner half. Count remains at 2-2. Wind in the 2-2. Misses off the outside corner. Couldn't get Rodriguez a chase, and the count runs full. Wind in the 3-2 pitch. Fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner. Rodriguez thought it had missed, but Rodriguez will be the first out of the inning. Batter now will be Abe Paz, the catcher.
Number 30, Abe Paz.
Abe homered and went 3 for 5 in the opener of the series, as the first pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Trying to get going offensively, came into today just hitting 118. Going 3 for 5 in the opener will help that, as this one's chopped to third. Fielded, throw across is in time, and there's 2 away in the inning. So with 2 outs now, that'll bring up Matt Fouth, the right fielder.
The right fielder, number 7, Matt Fouth.
Fouth picked up 3 hits in the opener, going 3 for 4. First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1. Working quickly, the 0-1 pitch is high and away for a ball, 1-1. Martin definitely likes to get in a rhythm here, as the home plate umpire is trying to get Fouth back in the batter's box as he tries to slow him down just a little bit. The 1-1 pitch, down and away, now 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to the number 9 batter in the Cougar order. The pitch, swung and lined into center field. A 2-out base hit for Matt Fouth. That'll turn the lineup over now for CUC and bring up the top of the order in Jose Mercado.
The shortstop, number 1, Jose Mercado.
Mercado 1 for 1 on the day, scored the opening run for CUC in the bottom half of the first. Fouth the runner out first here with 2 away. Mercado coming in today was hitting just below 400 on the year. Pickoff attempt will send Fouth diving back in plenty of time. No balls, no strikes on Mercado. The pitch. Fastball misses down for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strike on the Cougar shortstop. Kick in the pitch. This one just catches the upper part of the zone. Mercado not happy about the call. And the count levels at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Martin sets in the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt and blocked. Fouth thought about it, but then thought better and stays at first. Count now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Fouth got picked off late in that game against Marian in game 1. Has to be careful on the base pass. The 2-1 pitch. Mercado lines it back off of Martin. Looked like he knocked it down with a glove, but he looks to be all right, and that will do it for the Cougars in their half as he throws out Mercado. Cougars leave a man stranded. We're through 2 complete. Your score remains 2-2 here in River Forest.
Number 2 batter leads off.
Back here in River Forest, Illinois, it'll be 2-3-4. Fallish, Nordland, Meyer to lead off here for the Sabres. We play on into the top of the third. Fallish 1-for-1 with a run scored here in game 2. First pitch from Krinnigan bounces in there. 1-0 the count. Marian with 2 runs on 4 hits thus far have stranded 2. The 1-0 pitch grounded to third and through for a leadoff base hit into left. So leadoff base runner here for the Sabres in the top of the third. Sabres, a good hitting team, came into today hitting .306 as a group. The batter now will be Matt Nordland, the DH. He's 1-for-1 on the day. Third inning now that Marian's had base runners on. Runner going. Pitch swung and popped foul and out of play. Count moves 0-1. Marian has been willing to run. They've stolen a base already here in game 2. They stole 3 bases in game 1. Vastine stealing all 3 of them. 0-1 the count here. Kick and the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike, and the count moves to 0-2. It's a pitch Nordland might want back. It was a fastball that tailed right over the heart of the plate. 0-2 the count. Krinnigan kicks the 0-2 pitch. A breaking ball is swung on and missed. He struck him out for the first out of the inning. Second strikeout of the day for Krinnigan. The batter now will be Sean Meyer, the first baseman. Meyer 0-for-1, does have an RBI in this game. Runner still at first, now with 1 away. First pitch, called strike, just catching the inside corner at the belt, and it's 0-1. Meyer reached on a fielder's choice last time up. Pickoff attempt will send the runner diving back. It got away from Mariotti momentarily, but he's able to run it down. Oh, 0-1 the count. Set and the pitch. Fastball misses well upstairs, and the count evens at 1-1. Fallish, the runner at first, is a threat to steal. He's 6 of 8 in stolen base attempts this year as he's off on the pitch. In there for a called strike. Throw to second is not in time as Fallish is able to take second. Count moves to 1-2 though. So the runner in scoring position once again for the Sabres with less than 2 out. Second stolen base of the game for the Sabres. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Krinnigan with the long look in. And he'll step off and wants a new set of signs from his catcher, Abe Paz. Krinnigan now gets a sign he likes. Kicks and the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses well outside into the left-handed batter's box. Now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning of a 2-2 game. Krennigan readies and the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball spoiled foul and out of play over the first base dugout. We'll do it again at 2-2. Krennigan readies. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball ran high and tight. And the count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away here in the top of the third for the Sabres. Krennigan kicks the 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Not a very emphatic strike 3 call if I've ever seen one, but the third strikeout of the day for Krennigan puts 2 away with a runner still in scoring position, and the batter will be number 19, Jake Ahrens. Ahrens 0 for 1. He flew out last time up. Kick and the 0-0 pitch. Called strike on the low outside corner, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. CUC will have 2-3-4 due up next half inning. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit into center field. Tyrell going back on it, and he will make the catch on the run in center field. And that will do it for the Sabres in their half of the third. In the inning, they strand a man at second. We're through 2.5. Your score remains 2-2 here in River Forest. Back here in River Forest, Illinois. It'll be 2-3-4 due up for the Cougars in the bottom of the third. It'll be Braden Benavides to lead off for the Cougars. Second baseman is 0 for 1 here with a run scored. Reached on an error to deep center field last time up. First pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Through 2+ innings of work, Martin has allowed 2 runs, both unearned. Allowed 3 hits and struck out 2 while walking 1. Pitch just misses off the outside corner. It's 2-0 to Benavides. Wind still with a healthy gust to left center as the pitch misses outside. Now 3-0. Feeling we're not done seeing the ball leave the ballpark just yet today. The 3-0 pitch in there for a called strike on a fastball down Broadway. Now 3-1. Wind and the 3-1. Spoiled foul as Benavides was out in front there. Count runs full, now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Benavides. Pitch down and away, and the Cougars will have a man aboard on a leadoff walk.
Third baseman, number 9, Brian Van Duzer.
Batter now is Brian Van Duzer, the third baseman. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Also was caught stealing later in that inning. Pickoff attempt will send Benavides dying back. Long pause, the pitch. Breaking ball misses away, and it's 1-0 to Van Duzer. Van Duzer with those 2 RBIs in Game 1 for CUC. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike, now 1-1. With those, he now is tied for the lead for the team with 17 on the season. Pickoff attempt will send the runner diving back once again. Mariotti and Van Duzer both with 17 RBIs on the year. Connor Brandon not far behind with 15. Kick in the 1-1. Fastball misses high, and it's 2-1 here to Van Duzer. Two balls, 1 strike to count. Long pause, the pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Benavides wasn't able to take advantage of the dirt ball, but it's now 3-1 here to Van Duzer. They wanted to give Duganzic a second to collect himself. It took a tough bounce there. The tough life of being behind the plate. Three balls, 1 strike to count to Brian Van Duzer. Benavides on first, led off the inning with a walk. Martin kicks the 3-1. Swan and popped up. Going back is the shortstop, and he'll make the catch for the Sabres. Fallish had to take a second to find it in the sun. 1 out in the inning, though, with Benavides still on first, and I'll bring up Brody Mariotti, the Cougar first baseman. Mariotti 0 for 1, struck out last time up. First pitch, runner off on the plate. Throw down to second, not in time. It gets into center. Benavides got tripped, and a player is down. Benavides got tripped as he tried to get up. The throw got away into center field. So he will advance to third on the play. So he'll get credited with a stolen base, and then an interference will put him at third. Pitch was called a ball, so it's 1-0 the count on Mariotti. Now with the runner in scoring position. Chance for the Cougars to tie it up as that one Swan have fouled off, and Duganzic just wore that one tough. And he is still down behind home plate. Count evens at 1-1. As they want to go take a look at the at the Marian catcher. One and one the count here on Mariotti as Duganzic still taking a minute to collect himself, and I think he's earned it. Cougars will host Wisconsin Lutheran College on Saturday afternoon. First pitch coming at 12 p.m. here from Cougar Field in River Forest, Illinois. Cougars then head on the road on Sunday at Illinois Tech at Ed Glancy Field. The first time the Cougars will face the Scarlet Hawks since they moved into the NACC. Cougars have a lot of home games coming up after the following weekend. They have a 4-game home stretch with 2 midweek games and then 2 games on a Saturday towards the middle to end of April, as they still give Duganzich a chance to collect himself. Cougar Baseball is always brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. It's all smiles behind home plate for everybody except Duganzich because of where it's just not the spot you want to get hit as a catcher. 1-1 the count. He's ready to go once again.
I'm sorry, but this is the time we have too many ladies up here in the booth.
1 ball, 1 strike the count as we get set to go on Mariotti. Everybody looks good to go. Mariotti's average stands at .259 on the season. Chance to add one here for CUC. Breaking ball's in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Just what Duganzich wanted, to have to go down and block a ball after spending time on the ground. 2-1 here to Mariotti. Benavides at third. The pitch. Fastball called strike on the outside corner, and the count levels at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mariotti trying to break a 2-2 tie here in the third. Kick and the pitch. Swan and fouled off and in and out of the glove of Duganzich. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Outside, and the count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Mariotti. Mariotti, a .350 hitter with runners in scoring position this season, and he'll add to that total as that one's lined into center, and that'll be down for a base hit. Benavides will score. Mariotti chugging for second, and he'll be in there with a stand-up double as the Cougars take a 3-2 lead. Benavides scoring on the play. (3-2) Cougars here in the bottom of the third. The batter now will be Connor Brandon. 1 out in the Cougar half. Connor Brandon, the batter, a .421 hitter with runners in scoring position for CUC this year. First pitch, well outside for a ball, 1-0. Connor Brandon hitting .304 on the season. He has 14 hits on the season. 9 of those have gone for extra bases. 1-0 the count to him here. The pitch misses down. Now 2-0. Martin looking towards the second baseman, getting his sign. 2-0 the count to Brandon. Kick and the pitch. Swan and missed. He chased a fastball and came up empty off the outside corner. Now 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to the Cougar left fielder. Kick in the pitch. Down and away. Count runs to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Brandon walked his last time up. Mariotti delivering the big hit of the inning thus far, breaking the 2-2 tie. The 3-1 pitch, Swan and missed. Brandon might have just chased ball 4 off the outside corner, and the count runs full at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. Kick the 3-2 pitch. Swan and grounded up the middle. There is Fallish, the shortstop, who will throw across in time. And there's 2 away. 2 outs in the inning now for CUC with a runner on third. And the batter will be Keegan Tyrell, the center fielder.
Center fielder number 3, Keegan Tyrell.
Tyrell 0 for 1 here in game 2. Flew out last time up. Chance to add to the Cougar total here with Mariotti on third. The 0-0 pitch. Outside, nearly got away from Duganzic. 1-0 the count. Tyrell, a .381 hitter with runners in scoring position. Long hold, the pitch. Up, and it's 2-0, and Duganzic wants to go have a word with his pitcher. Cougar Baseball also brought to you in part by Doc Ryan's. Doc Ryan's on Madison Street, always there for all your Cougar post-game needs. 2-0 the count here on Tyrell. 2 outs in the inning. Kick and the pitch. Swan and missed. That was a big rip at that one, and Tyrell came up empty. Now 2-1. Kick and the pitch. Misses well outside. Now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count to the Cougars center fielder. Kick and the 3-1. Misses down, and it'll put Tyrell on first. Runners at the corners now with 2 away. I'll bring up Justin Rodriguez, the DH.
Designated hitter number 25, Justin Rodriguez.
So Rodriguez with a chance with runners at the corners and 2 away. Rodriguez 0 for 1, struck out looking last time up. See if they want to put Tyrell in motion here. The 0-0 pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Martin has walked 3 thus far in this ball game. Kick and the pitch. Fastball just catches the outside corner, and the count evens at 1-1. Tyrell, a threat to run over at first, is 4 of 5 on stolen base attempts this season. Kick and the pitch. Swan and missed as Rodriguez chased one above his head. Now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Cougar DH. Barton kicks and the pitch. Breaking ball hit into left for base hit. That will plate Mariotti, and it's misplayed by the left fielder, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Tyrell will come in to score, so it'll be a single and an error, and it plates 2, and it's 5-2 CUC. So it's 5-0 CUC in the third. The batter now will be Abe Paz with a runner at second. First pitch misses down for a ball, 1-0. So it'll go down as a earned run, single and an error. That scores the 2. The 1 run is unearned as of right now. Depending on what Paz does here, could change that. The 1-0 pitch. Down for a ball, now 2-0. CUC with 3 runs in the inning. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Paz 0 for 1, grounded out last time up. The pitch. 2-0 pitch is Swan and fouled off, and Duganzic just wore another one, this time right in the noggin. Now 2-1. 2-1 the count here to Abe Paz. Rodriguez the runner on second. 5-2. Cougars lead it here in the third. Kick and the pitch. Swan and fouled straight back and out of play. And the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Marian gets his sign and sets the 2-2 pitch. Swan and foul tipped in and out of the glove of Duganzic. And Paz just stays alive as the count remains at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Deuces wild here in the bottom of the third. The pitch. Swan and fouled back and will do it again. Doing again at 2-2. Rodriguez still the runner on second. Kick and the pitch. Breaking ball misses well away. And the count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kick and the 3-2 pitch. Misses up, and Paz draws a walk, and he'll trot down to first. It'll be runners at first and second now with Matt Fouth coming to bat.
Right fielder number 7, Matt Fouth.
Fouth 1 for 1 on the day. Chance to add on to the Cougar lead here in the third. Three runs in the inning thus far. First pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Cougars have worked 4 walks thus far against Martin, as his pitch count has climbed quickly as that one swung on and missed. Next pitch will be number 80 already of the game for Martin. He's only gotten through 2 2/3. There is action down in the Marian bullpen. Right-hander getting ready. The pitch. Swan and grounded third base side, but it'll be foul. And the count moves to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Marian getting a sign, now readies. Kicks and the pitch. Swan and hit to left, and that'll be down into the corner for extra bases. 1 run is in. A second run is going to get waved home as Fouth goes to second. Relay coming to the plate, and it is just in time to get Paz at the plate. CUC does get a run there, though. That'll end the Cougar half. It'll be a double. 6-2 your score here after 3 complete here in River Forest. You're listening to Cougar Baseball, powered by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Back here in River Forest, Illinois, it'll be 6, 7, 8 due up for Marian here in the top of the fourth. Gates to lead off. He's 0 for 1 here in game 2. See if Krinnigan can get a 0 up as that one's lined into left. There is Brandon to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the fourth.
Center fielder, number 16, Nick Bastine.
It'll be Nick Bastine now, the center fielder. He is 0 for 1 here in the ballgame. Marian with 2 runs on 5 hits thus far. They've committed 3 errors in the ballgame. Kick and the 0-0 pitch. Ran inside and it caught him on the shoulder. And he'll put a 1-out base runner on for Marian here in the fourth.
Left fielder, number 13.
So that'll bring up the left fielder, Jonah Landowski. Landowski 1 for 1 with a run scored here in this one. Him and Gonzalez switching in the 8-9 spots of the order for the Sabres in the ballgame. Kick, runner off on the play. Throw down to second is not in time. Mercado thought he had him. It was a nice dig at second base by Mercado anyways. The throw was low coming in. But another stolen base for the Sabres to put a runner in scoring position here with 1 away. It has been one of the weaknesses for CUC that's kind of shown here today thus far. Marian with 6 stolen bases in the doubleheader. They've taken advantage of the Cougar catchers thus far. 1-0 the count on Bastine. Correction, Landowski. Bastine's on second as the fastball nips the outside corner, and it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the count with 1 away. Krinnigan with a long look in. Now readies. The 1-1 pitch. Tails inside, and the count moves to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. It'll be a busy weekend next weekend here at CUC. Cougar men's volleyball will have their home and season finale on Saturday afternoon. Have home lacrosse as well with the home baseball doubleheader. As a breaking ball is hit into right, and that'll be down for a base hit. Runner will get waved around third, and he will score. That makes it 6-3 on an RBI single by Landowski into right. Six to 3, your score now. As Marian brings another run across.
Third baseman, number 55, Adrian Gonzalez.
3 runs on 6 hits for the Sabres thus far. It'll be Gonzalez, the batter now. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Kick and the 0-0 pitch. Fastball swung and fouled straight back. Count moves to 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch. Fastball misses up, and the count levels at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the count. To Gonzalez from Krinnigan. Breaking ball swung and fouled out of play over the first base side, and it's now 1-2. Cougar softball will have their home opener tomorrow evening. Scheduled doubleheader to start at 3 p.m. here at CUC Sports on YouTube. The 1-2 pitch. Swung and popped into foul ground, and it will drift out of play over the first base dugout. CUC softball off to a strong start, coming in with an 8-4 record. They were 7-3 in Florida, split their opener of NACC play at Lakeland last weekend. 1-2 the count here. Pickoff attempt will send the runner diving back. Count remains 1-2. CUC will have the top of the order due up next half. Kick in the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball blocked in the dirt by Paz, and the count levels at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. One out in the inning. One run in for Marian here in the top of the fourth. Kick in the 2-2. Fastball too tall. Now 3-2. Three balls, two strikes. Krennigan looking in. Pickoff attempt will send the runner diving back once again. Top of the order looming for the Sabres. Krennigan could use a ground ball here. Kick in the 3-2. Swung on and missed. He blew one by him for the second out of the inning. Runner still on first with two away now for the Sabres. I'll bring up the top of the order and the catcher, Nick Dugandzic. Dugandzic 0 for 2 on the day, has struck out once. Krennigan trying to get through the fourth. Krennigan kicks the 0 pitch. Breaking ball blocked by Paz. 1-0 the count. Dugandzic had a really good opener of this series, going 3 for 5 with the run scored and an RBI. Trying to keep something going here. Pitch. Fastball called strike, just nipping the inside corner, and the count levels at 1-1. Dugandzic on the season came into today hitting .387, which was second highest on this Marian team. One ball, one strike to him here. The pitch. Breaking ball lifted into center. Back goes Tyrell, still going back, and he will make the catch for the third out in the inning. In the inning for the Sabres, they leave a man stranded and score one. Your score after 3.5. Cougars 6, Sabres 3. Back here in River Forest, Illinois, I'm CJ Son. Glad you could join us here.
Shortstop number 1.
The leadoff batter will be Jose Mercado for the Cougars in the bottom of the fourth. Mercado 1 for 2 in the ballgame with a run scored. Trying to answer after Marian got one back as this one's hit high and deep to center field, and it's gone! Jose Mercado with the long ball to dead center field. Everybody kept telling this kid all the time that he was not going to have enough juice to hit a homer. Well, he just hit one out of here. Mercado with his first career homer. He absolutely hammered that ball to center field. Make it 7-3 CUC. And we're going to have a call to the bullpen here for Marian. We'll take a break, get you set up with a new pitcher in just a few moments. 7-3 Cougars here in the fourth. Back here in River Forest, 7-3 Cougars lead it after the Jose Mercado first pitch leadoff home run here in the inning. Mercado hitting his first, 0-1 the count here, and it's now 1-1 as that one misses down. Who says Mercado doesn't have the juice? 1-1 the count here to Benavides, the pitch. In there for a called strike, now 1-2. Logan Vasquez is the pitcher for Marian as the breaking ball misses outside, now 2-2. Vasquez has a 1-1 record and a 1.08 ERA in 8 1/3 innings pitched. As this one's grounded to short, fielded on a big hop, throw across is in time, and the batter is retired, one away here in the Cougar fourth. The batter now is Brian Van Duzer, the Cougar third baseman. Van Duzer 1 for 2 in game 2 with an RBI. Closing the book on Martin as that one missed for a ball, 1-0. Martin went 3+ innings on 82 pitches, allowed 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 7 runs total, 4 walks, 2 Ks. The 1-0 pitch to Van Duzer misses down, now 2-0. CUC now with 5 home runs in the doubleheader thus far. The 2-0 pitch, swung and popped foul straight back and out of play, now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to the Cougar third baseman. The pitch. Swan and lifted into shallow left. Running and calling for it is the left fielder Landowski, who will make the catch, and there's 2 away. The batter is Brody Mariotti, the first baseman. Mariotti 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored and an RBI. Has also struck out once. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Wind and the 0 pitch to Mariotti is fouled straight back. He took a big cut at that one. 0-1. CUC leading this one 7-3, trying to complete the doubleheader sweep of Marian and win their 15th straight. 0-1 pitch misses upstairs as the count levels at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count here to Mariotti. The pitch. Breaking ball misses too tall. Now 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Swan and spoiled foul, and the count evens at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. The pitch. Swan and spoiled foul as Mariotti stays alive. Count remains 2-2. CUC has scored 2 in the first, 4 in the third, and 1 in the 4th. The pitch. Swung on and grounded towards short. Fielded, thrown across in time, and that'll do it for the Cougars in the inning. In the inning for CUC, they pick up 1 run on a hit. A long shot by Jose Mercado. It's 7-3 Cougars here in River Forest.
Cougars 7, Sabres 3.
Yep.
2-3.
Back here in River Forest, it'll be 2-3-4. Fallish, Nordland, Meyer due up for the Sabres here as we move to the top of the 5th. As they go to work against Alex Krinnigan. First pitch is a breaking ball that's lifted into right. Long run, foul on a slide, and he comes up with a nice grab on the run for the first out of the inning. It's not easy battling the sun out there right now for anybody, especially in right.
Designated hitter number 35, Matt Nordland.
Batter now is Matt Nordland, the DH. One out in the inning. The pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Wind in the 1-0. Swan and hit well into right. Going back on it is Brandon at the track, and it's off the wall. He'll get it in quickly, but it'll be a stand-up 1-out double for Nordland, the DH. The way that anything is left on that trajectory, you assume that it was going to leave the yard. So 1 out in the inning with a runner on second.
First
The batter will be Meyer, the first baseman. Meyer 0 for 2 on the day. Krennigan sets and the pitch. Breaking ball hit foul down over the Cougar bullpen in right, 0-1. So far today, Krennigan has worked 4 1/3, allowed 3 earned runs on 7 hits, and struck out 4. Kick and the 0-1. Fastball in there for a called strike at the knees, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Krennigan gets his sign from Paz, sets. Kicks and the 0-2 pitch is swung and miss. He blew one by him down in the zone, and there's 2 away in the 5th.
Second baseman, number 19, Jake Ahrens.
Jake Ahrens is the batter now, the second baseman. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Has flown out twice. Krennigan trying to work around a 1-out double. First pitch, breaking ball. Just missed for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Krennigan readies. The 1-0 pitch. Breaker in there for a called strike, and the count evens at 1-1. There is action down in the Cougar bullpen. Noah Dressler getting ready if trouble arises here in the 5th. You'd like to see CUC get Krennigan through 5. He's pitched well enough to deserve a decision in this ballgame. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball up and away, now 2-1. Krennigan at 74 pitches on the day has thrown 47 of those for strikes. As the church bells go off as we hit the 5 o'clock hour here in River Forest. Doubleheader that started just after high noon today as the pitch is lifted into shallow left center. Brandon running and calling for it, and he will make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. In the inning for the Sabres, they get no runs on a hit and leave 1. We're through 4.5. Cougars 7, Sabres 3.
Game 2 of our doubleheader.
Back here in River Forest, Illinois. Once again, I'm CJ Sumner. Glad you could join us here. Bottom of inning number 5. It will be Connor Brandon to lead off. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Cougars in the inning.
Number 5 batter,
As they face off against Vasquez.
left fielder, number 32, Connor Brandon.
Brandon 0 for 1 here in game 2. Has walked. Cougars leading this one 7-3. First pitch. It just misses down and away for a ball, 1-0. Wind has died down a little bit as that one misses down, now 2-0. Still helped the ball carry just a bit. The 2-0 pitch. Swan and lifted into right. Right fielder couldn't find it initially. He does find it soon enough as Gates makes the catch, and there's one away in the inning. With one out now, that'll bring up Keegan Tyrell, the center fielder. Tyrell 0 for 1 here in Game 2, has walked and scored. First pitch swinging, and it's foul tipped into the mitt of Duganzic. 0-1. Vasquez working quickly, breaking ball in there for a called strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Right-hander winds the 0-2 pitch. Grounded towards short, fielded cleanly, throw across is in time from Fallish, and there's 2 away in the Cougar half. With 2 outs now, that'll bring up the DH, Justin Rodriguez. Rodriguez 1 for 2 here in Game 2 with a run scored and an RBI. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it off over the right side. 0-1 the count. Wind and the pitch. Swan and popped foul straight back out of play. Now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Wind in the pitch. Pitch just misses off the outside corner, almost too close to take. Now 1-2. Wind and the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed as Rodriguez goes down on strikes. And that'll do it for the Cougars in the bottom half of the 5th. CUC go down in order. We go to the 6th here in River Forest. Cougars 7, Sabres 3.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Back here in River Forest, once again, glad you could join us here. Keep up with the Cougars. Follow us on Twitter at CU Chicago Sports. It'll be 6, 7, 8 due up for the Sabres this half inning. Josh Gates, the right fielder, to lead off. Catching up on some scores around the NAC today, Benedictine beat Lakeland twice by scores of 4-0 and 12-0. Aurora beat Concordia, Wisconsin in the opener as the first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Aurora beat CU Dub 10-1 in the opener, and they currently lead CU Dub 6-2, that game in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch swung on and misses. Gates took a big rip at a pitch up and in and came up empty, now 1-1. Gates 0 for 2 here in Game 2. The 1-1. Swan and fouled off. And the count moves to 1-2. Stick around after the game. We'll talk to head coach Mike Stosky here on the broadcast, get his thoughts on today's doubleheader following the conclusion of Game 2 here. Kick and the 1-2. Breaking ball. Misses up. Now 2-2. Wind and the 2-2. Swung on and missed. It's a protective swing as Gates goes down on strikes. 1 out in the inning now.
Center fielder, number 16, Nick Bastine.
The batter now will be Nick Bastine, the center fielder. Bastine 0 for 1 in the game. Has a run scored. Has been hit by a pitch and stolen a base. First pitch swinging. He lifts it to right. Playable for Fouth, and Fouth will make the catch for out number 2. With 2 outs in the inning now, it'll bring up the left fielder, Jonah Landowski. Landowski 2 for 2 in the ball game with an RBI. Trying to get something going with 2 outs here in the Marian half of the 6th. First pitch, fastball, called strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Swann grounded to first. Backhanded by Mariotti. He'll flip it to Krinnigan, and that will do it for the Sabres in their half of the 6th. In the inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We're through 5.5. Cougars 7, Sabres 3. Back in River Forest once again. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, it'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Cougars here in the bottom of inning number 6, leading 7-3 over the Sabres at Game 2 of our doubleheader.
Catcher, number 30, Abe Paz.
Abe Paz is the batter. He is 0 for 1 here in Game 2, has walked once. Vasquez on for his 3rd inning of work as the first pitch is swung at and hit into shallow left. Long run, and the catch is made by Landowski, and there's 1 away in the Cougar half of the 6th. The batter now will be Matt Fouth, the right fielder.
Number 7, Matt Fouth.
Vasquez, through 2 1/3 innings of work, has not allowed a run or a hit, has struck out 1. He's definitely settled things down after the Cougars were able to put up 7 against Martin, their starter. First pitch to Fouth. Just misses off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Sorry. The pitch grounded towards short, fielded by Fallish. Throw across is in time, and there's 2 away in the Cougar half of the 6th. Two outs now in the inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order and Jose Mercado. Mercado 2 for 3 here in Game 2 with 2 runs scored, an RBI. And not to be forgotten, the home run to dead center field his last time up. First pitch catches the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Vasquez winds the pitch. Misses up. Now 1-1. 1-1 offering is served out into right center. Running over and making the catch is the center fielder, Bastine, and that will do it for the Cougars in the sixth. In the inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We're through 6 here in River Forest. Cougars 7, Sabres 3. Back in River Forest, once again, glad you could join us here. New pitcher on for the Cougars. It's Noah Dressler on for the Cougars in relief. Dressler comes in with a 2-0 record in 4 appearances and a 3.75 ERA in 12 innings of work. He has struck out 14 while walking 6. Opponents batting .250 against him. Adrian Gonzalez to lead off for the Sabres. 9-1-2 due up in the top of the 6th.
Third baseman, number 55, Adrian Gonzalez.
So Dressler on in relief of Krinnigan, who's in line for the win. As the first pitch misses down for a ball, 1-0. So it's actually a pinch hitter in for Marian. As the pitch is a called strike on the outside corner, now 1-1. The batter is number 29, Travis Slivka, the senior, who had a pinch hit appearance last ball game, as he takes a swing and a miss at a good breaking ball there from Dressler. Now 1-2. Closing the book on Krinnigan, the big man goes 6 innings, allowing 3 earned runs, 7 hits, 6 Ks, no walks, in a tidy 83 pitches. The pitch swung on and missed, and Dressler blew one right by him there for the first out of the inning. 1 out in the inning now. It'll bring up the top of the order, and the catcher,
Number 17,
Nick Duganzic. So 1 out here in the top of the 7th. The righty readies and deals. Yo pitch, fastball off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Dressler with good velocity showing here in the early goings. Duganzic is 0 for 3 here in Game 2, has struck out once as he skies this one into center. Going back is Tyrell, and he will make the catch in front of the warning track, and there's 2 away in the Marian 7th. With 2 outs now, that will bring up the shortstop, Jake Fallish.
number 1, Jake Fallish.
Fallish 2 for 3 in Game 2 with a run scored and a stolen base. Dressler trying to work a tighty top of the 7th. First pitch, fastball, paints the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Kick and the 0-1. Fastball on the inside corner this time, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dressler getting a sign from Paz, now readies. Kicks in the 0-2. Breaking ball grounded towards Benavides at second, and he misplays it, and it'll be an E4 that extends the inning here for Marian. There's a lazy ground ball that Benavides did not charge very hard. Allowed it to take a hop, and it'll be a 2-out base runner here for the Sabres. The batter now will be Matt Nordland, the DH. He's 2 for 3 in Game 2, has struck out once. First pitch from Dressler is a breaking ball that misses up, 1-0.
Designated hitter number 35, Matt Nordland.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Dressler kicks the 1-0. Breaking ball fouled off of Paz, and the count evens at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. We'll have Cougar softball tomorrow beginning at 3 p.m. Our next volleyball broadcast comes at 7 p.m. on Friday night as the Cougars host the Milwaukee School of Engineering, top 15 team in the AVCA poll. Kick in the 1-1. Fastball just misses down and away, and it's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Dressler sets and the pitch. Breaking ball hit through the left side, and it'll be a 2-out base hit. So runners now at first and second with 2 away for Marian here in the 7th. So an error and a single, and the Sabres are in business here in the top half. The batter will be the first baseman, Meyer. He is 0 for 3 in Game 2 with an RBI, has struck out twice. An error extended the inning here for the Sabres. Dressler was working quickly through the first 3 batters. First pitch, fastball in there for a called strike, just catching the bottom of the zone, 0-1. First home doubleheader of the season here at the Thunderdome for the Cougars. Place they are 78-7 at since 2013. The 0-1 pitch, fastball off the outside corner, and the count levels at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count here to Meyer, the first baseman. Kick and the 1-1 from Dressler. Ground ball to Benavides at second. Fielded on a big hop. Throw over to first is in time, and that will do it for the Sabres in the 7th. Marian gets 2 aboard, but unable to bring any across. It's still 7-3 Cougars as we head to the bottom of the 7th here in River Forest. Cougars 7, Sabres 3. Back here in River Forest, Illinois, as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Braden Benavides to lead off for the Cougars.
Attention, please.
Positional change for the Sabres here in the 7th.
Number 9 spot.
Jack George,
5, Jack.
the junior from McFarland, Wisconsin, will move over to third.
Second baseman, number 20, Braden Benavides.
Benavides, the batter, is 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored as he comes up empty at the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Benavides has walked once as the 0-1 just misses, now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the pitch. Swung on and missed. He chased one up and out of the zone. Now 1-2. Vasquez in his 4th inning of work still has not allowed a hit or a base runner. As that one swung on and missed, and Benavides goes down on strikes. So the batter now will be Brian Van Duzer, the Cougar third baseman.
Number 9, Brian Van Duzer.
Van Duzer 1 for 3 here in game 2 with an RBI. First pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, Swan and spoiled foul straight back, just late on that one. Now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the count. Line in the pitch. Called strike, just nipping the outside corner. Now 1-2. Vasquez winds the pitch. Fastball well high, now 2-2. He's been efficient with his pitches thus far. He's thrown 39 in the ball game. 25 of them have been for strikes. Wind in the 2-2. Grounded foul through the third base coach's box, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Vasquez winds and deals. Pitch in the dirt that bounced in. The count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom half of the 7th. And they want to go check on Vasquez. His glove's on the ground. And they're going to go out and take a look at him. We'll take a break, get you caught up with the changes, if there are any, when we return. Cougar Baseball powered by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A Melrose Park. Eat more chicken.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Back here in River Forest, Illinois, Connor Nelson will be the new pitcher here for the Sabres, coming in for the injured Vasquez. Connor Nelson, in 5 appearances this season, has a 1.8 ERA and 5 innings of work. Comes into a full count situation. The pitch is high, and it'll be a walk to put a one-out base runner on for the Cougars here in the 7th. Batter now will be Brody Mariotti, the first baseman. Mariotti 1 for 3 here in Game 2 with an RBI and a run scored. First pitch swinging, and he foul tipped it into the glove of Duganzic behind the plate, 0-1. Kick and the 0-1. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, now 0-2. Connor Nelson, a 6'5", 195-pound senior from La Crescent, Minnesota. The 0-2 pitch off the outside corner and down, and it's 1-2. So you can see the shadows keep creeping in here. The sun sets over the third base dugout here in River Forest. Kick and the 1-2. Spoiled foul as Mariotti stays alive. Count remains 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count on Mariotti. Nelson kicks the pitch. Swan and spoiled foul again as the fastball is running in. Count remains 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count here to Mariotti once again. Van Duzer, the runner at first, with 1 away. The pitch, runner off as that one's lined towards short, and that'll be an easy double play for the Sabres, as it'll be a 6-3 double play. Just a tough luck situation there for CUC, and that'll do it for them in the 7th. CUC leaves nobody on and unable to plate anybody in the 7th. Score remains 7-3 as we head to the 8th here in River Forest. You're watching Cougar Baseball, powered by Doc Ryan's. Doc Ryan's on Madison Street, always there for all your Cougar post-game needs. music. Back here in River Forest. Back here in River Forest as we move to the top of the 8th. It'll be Orange Gates Bastine due up against Dressler here in the top of the 8th. This is the first pitch, misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Orange 0 for 3 here in game 2. Is left 3 on as the pitch is swung and foul tipped into Paz's glove behind home plate, 1-1. Dressler wants a new set of signs. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Dressler kicks the 1-1. Good breaking ball in there for a called strike, and it's 1-2. Marian has left 7 on base, 3 runs on 8 hits, 3 errors, and 7 left thus far. Kick the 1-2. Misses upstairs, couldn't get him to chase, and the count levels at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter here for Marian in the 8th. 4-run ball game. Kick and the pitch. Swan and lined into left, and that will drop in front of Brandon for a leadoff base hit. So the leadoff runner aboard here for Marian in the 8th. Then I'll bring up the right fielder, Gates.
Number 31, Josh Gates.
Gates 0 for 3 in game 2. Has struck out once, grounded out, and flown out. No real movement in the Cougar bullpen as of right now. Long pause, Dressler kicks. First pitch, misses up and in on and off speed, 1-0. Marian has received votes in the top 25 polls this year. They had a good start when they were down in Tucson, Arizona. The pitch, swung on and missed as Gates took a big rip at that one and came up empty, now 1-1. See if they want to put Aarons in motion here. Junior does not have a stolen base on the season, but Marian has had success today with 7 stolen bases in the 2 games thus far. The 1-1. Swan and popped up into shallow left center. Brandon running over and calling for it, and he will make the catch, and there's 1 away. So 1 away here in the Marian half of the 8th. Runner still on first. That'll bring up Nick Bastine, the center fielder. Bastine 0 for 2 on the day with a run scored. Has grounded out once. One out with a runner on. First pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. It's one of those situations for Mike Stosky. You have nearly a week off till your next game coming up on Saturday here that you could stretch Dressler out if he's able to avoid trouble, as a bunt's laid down on the third base side of good, and Van Duzer on the run, throw is up the line. He was probably going to beat it out anyway. It was going to be a tough play. So a bunt single puts runner at first and second here with 1 away for the Sabres. That'll bring up Landowski, the left fielder. He's 2 for 3 in game 2 with an RBI and a run scored.
Number 13, Jonah Landowski.
Landowski trying to get the Sabres back in it. Trailing by 4 here in the top of the 8th. First pitch in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count on Landowski, the left-handed hitter. Dressler gets a sign he likes and readies. Kicks the 0-1. In there for a called strike, and Dressler's in the driver's seat now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning. Dressler gets his sign, now readies. Kicks the 0-2. Swung on, lifted into left, playable for Brandon. He will camp under it and make the catch, and there's 2 away. Two outs in the inning now, and the batter will be George, the third baseman.
Third baseman number 95, Jack George.
First time we'll see Jack George at the plate today, making his 4th appearance of the year. Hitting .375, he's 3 for 8 on the year. 2 outs here as Dressler's trying to get this game to the 9th. First pitch is off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes to count. And Dressler wants a new set of signs. The righty now readies. Kicks in the 1-0. Down and away, and it's 2-0 here to George. Two balls, no strikes. Tying run standing in the on-deck circle for Marian here in the 8th. Dressler trying to get us to the 9th. Kick in the 2-0. Fastball called strike on the outside corner, and it moves to 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Dressler readies and the pitch. Swung on and missed. He chased a fastball up and out of the zone. And Dressler's a strike away from getting the Cougars to the bottom half. CUC, one of 3 top 25 teams in action here today. Number 14, Webster trails 1-0 to Westminster, Missouri. That game in the bottom of the 7th. Dressler readies. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung and miss. He struck him out as he took a swing at a pitch up and out of the zone. And that will do it for the Sabres in the inning. We go to the bottom half of inning number 8. Cougars 7, Sabres 3. Back here in River Forest, once again, bottom of inning number 8. It'll be Connor Brandon to lead off for the Cougars. As the Cougars try to add on insurance runs here, leading 7-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Brandon is swung and fouled straight back, and the count moves to 0-1. Brandon on the day is 0 for 2 here in Game 2, has walked once. The 0-1 pitch ran inside and nearly hit him, and the count levels at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brandon followed by Terrell here in the inning. The pitch, swung and lined into center and off the glove of the center fielder, Bastine. Brandon hustling and he'll cruise into second. That ball was a missile into center. Bastine should have caught it. It was backspun. It'd be a close one. You could go either way on that. But the Cougars will have a leadoff base runner on second with nobody away in the 8th. Batter now will be Keegan Tyrell, the center fielder.
Center fielder, number 3, Keegan Tyrell. Pinch runner there.
So Brandon on second, Tyrell the batter. Healthy lead for Brandon at second. The offering is high for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes to count here to the Cougar center fielder. The 1-0 pitch, swung and popped foul out of play over the first base side, and the count levels at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count. Long look in. Kick and the pitch ran inside, and Terrell got hit on the shoulder. And he'll put runners at first and second now with nobody out for the Cougars here in the 8th. The batter now will be Justin Rodriguez, the Cougar DH. Rodriguez here in Game 2 is 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored.
Designated hitter, number 25.
CUC trying to add on here. Especially with the wind blowing out today, it's just one of those days that you need all the runs you can. There was a combined 29 hits in Game 1 of the doubleheader. As this one's hit into shallow right, catch will be made, and nobody will be able to tag. 1 out now in the bottom of the 8th. Runner still at first and second. The batter will be Abe Paz, the catcher. Paz is 0 for 2 here in Game 2. Has walked once. Has grounded out and flown out. Runner in scoring position here with 1 away. Brandon at second, Tyrell at first. The offering is well high for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes to count. Shadows really casting in as the sun sets over the football stadium down the third base side. The 1-0 pitch ran inside on Paz, now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. The count now on Paz. Kick and the 2-0 pitch. Swan and missed. He chased a fastball off the outside corner and came up empty. Now 2-1. Paz came into today's series hitting 118. Picked up a couple hits in game 1. Trying to get it in the hit column again here in game 2. 2-1 the count to him here. The pitch. Called strike as he catches the low inside corner, and the count evens at 2-2. Nelson has struck out 9 through 5 innings of work for the Sabres so far this season coming into today. Opponents are batting just .211 against him. Came in for the injured Vasquez as the 2-2 pitch misses high, and the count runs full at 3-2. See if the Cougars want to put anybody in motion here. Full count and 1 out here in the 8th. Runners on first and second. Kick and the 3-2 pitch. Swan and lifted into shallow right. Dropping quickly, and he'll be down for a base hit. Brandon coming around. He'll try to score, and he does. So it'll be an RBI single by Abe Paz. Makes it 8-3 Cougars here in the 8th. Good read there by Tyrell and Brandon to see that it was dropping quickly down the right field side. Makes it 8-3 CUC. Runners at the corners now for the Cougars with 1 out. Matt Fouth will be the batter. Fouth 2 for 3 in game 2. Has a double and an RBI. Number 9 batter for CUC has really gotten going this weekend. Had a good day at Edgewood and has had another good one today as he takes a pitch upstairs for a ball 1-0. Playing in place of the injured Mateo Calle, who broke his foot on the last day in Florida. Cougars hoping to get him back in just a few weeks. 1 out here in the 8th, 1-0 the count to Fouth. Kick and the 1-0. Fastball misses just down, and it's 2-0. Paz not with great speed over at first. It'd be a special situation to put him in motion here. The 2-0 pitch. Misses down, and it's 3-0 here to Fouth. Game that started just at 3:30 p.m. as we come up on 2.5 hours here in game 2. The 3-0 offering. Well high, and Fouth draws a 4-pitch walk, and he'll put runners at all the bases, and they're chocked full of Cougars here with 1 out, and he'll bring up Jose Mercado. And Marian wants to go have a meeting on the mound. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Lutheran Public Radio. Listen to sacred music anytime, anywhere on the LPR app. Cougar Baseball also brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Batter is Jose Mercado. Bases loaded with 1 out here in the 8th as the Cougars try to add on insurance runs here. Mercado is 2 for 4 in game 2 with 2 runs scored. Does have his first career home run in this ball game. So it'll be Mercado here for CUC facing Connor Nelson. Tyrell at third, Paz at second, and Fouth at first. Mercado is the batter. The 0-0 offering is a fastball that misses up and out of the zone, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. The pitch. Swan and missed as Mercado came up empty there, and the count evens at 1-1. The pure smile on Mercado's face when he saw that ball leave the yard was something special. after all the smack talk that he gets from the coaches and his teammates, for him to be able to hit one out, I'm sure he was loving to be able to say, "I told you so," when he got to the dugout. As the 1-1 pitch misses down, as Mercado is able to check his swing. Now 2-1. Two balls, one strike, the count to Mercado. The 2-1 pitch misses down, and it's 3-1. Three balls, one strike, the count here to Mercado. No place to put him. They got to come after him here. The pitch swung on and fouled straight back. He took a big rip at that one and just came up off the mark. Count now full. Three balls, two strikes, one out. Bases full of Cougars here in the bottom of the eighth. Kick in the 3-2 pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, and that'll plate another run. So the walk will bring home another run for CUC, and it's 9-3 Cougars in the eighth. Marian's just starting to get somebody loose down in the bullpen. The batter now will be Braden Benavides.
Second baseman, number 20, Braden Benavides.
Benavides 0 for 3 here in Game 2 with 2 runs scored. Has walked once, stolen a base, and reached on an error as that one misses outside, 1-0. One out in the inning. Paz on third, Fouth on second, Mercado on first. Kick and the 1-0. Fastball catches the outside corner, and the count evens at 1-1. One ball, one strike, the count. Nelson charged with 2 runs thus far, one of those earned, as that one swung on and missed by Benavides, now 1-2. Nelson so far in 1+ inning of work has allowed 1 hit, walked 3, and has hit a batter. 1-2 the count here to the Cougars second baseman. The pitch. Fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner as Benavides goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. With 2 outs now, that'll bring up Brian Van Duzer, the Cougar third baseman. Van Duzer 1 for 3 here in Game 2 with an RBI, has walked once. Van Duzer did have a homer in Game 1. 2 outs here in the eighth. First pitch bounces in and away from the catcher Duganzik. 1-0 the count. One ball, no strike, the count here to Van Duzer. Kick in the pitch. Swan and line through the left side, a base hit. 1 run is in. A second run is going to come home and score. Mercado goes first to third on the play, and it's 11-3 Cougars here in the eighth. CUC really starting to pour it on here. The batter now is Brody Mariotti with runners at the corners.
First baseman, number 8, Brody Mariotti.
Mariotti, the batter now, is 1 for 4 here in Game 2 with an RBI and a double. First pitch is upstairs for a ball, 1-0. My guess Dressler will probably not come out for the 9th. CUC has had people warming in the bullpen. It's been a long break here as that one misses high and away. Now 2-0. CUC with 4 runs here in the 8th, expanding their lead to 11-3. The 2-0 pitch. Swan and fouled straight back as Mariotti took a big rip at that one. Now 2-1. Two balls, one strike, the count to Mariotti. Kick in the 2-1. Missed well down in the dirt, now 3-1. Connor Brandon would be next. 2 outs here in the Cougar half of the 8th. The pitch, down and away, and the bases are loaded once again. And we'll have a pinch runner for CUC over at first for Mariotti. Looks like we'll have a new pitcher in the game as well for Marian. We'll take a break, get you set up with all the changes when we return. Cougar Baseball brought to you by Chicken. Eat more chicken. Connor Brandon, the batter now for CUC. Cougars leading 11-3 here in the 8th as the first pitch misses outside. 1-0 the count. Ditter is the pitcher for Marian. The lefty has not allowed a run in 4 1/3 innings of work. The 1-0 pitch just nicks the outside corner, and the count levels at 1-1. Dewey is the pinch runner for Mariotti over at first. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here with 2 away. Kick and the 1-1. Swan and lifted into left. Playable for the left fielder Landowski, who will make the catch, and that will do it for the Cougars in the 8th. CUC does plate 4, though. They lead it 11-3 as we head to the 9th here in River Forest. You're listening to Cougar Baseball, powered by Lutheran Public Radio. Listen to sacred music anytime, anywhere on the LPR app. Top of the order due up for Marian here as we head to the top of the ninth. It'll be Nick Duganzic to lead off. Mike Tobin, your new pitcher for the Cougars. Freshman has not allowed an earned run in 5 innings of work as he delivers a first pitch strike in there, 0-1 the count. Tobin trying to close this one out for CUC. New first baseman in as well. Jacob Frank coming in as a defensive replacement here in the ninth. Cougars out comfortably, 11-3. The 1-1 pitch called strike as it nips the outside corner. Now 1-2. The pitch swung at, and as Duganzic was unable to check his swing, strikeout number 1 for Tobin. 1 out now in the Marian half of the ninth.
Shortstop number 1, Jake Fallish.
It'll be Jake Fallish, the batter now, the shortstop. Stick around for the postgame, folks. We'll have head coach Mike Stosky coming up after the game. So he talks about his team's 2 wins today, as that one's grounded to Benavides at second. Bobbled initially, throw over is just in time, and there's 2 away in the inning. Can't wait to hear Stosky's reaction about Jose Mercado's home run, along with his team's offensive output today.
Number 35, Matt Nordland.
The batter now will be Matt Nordland, the DH. He's 3 for 4 here in Game 2. First pitch swinging at a pitch down in the zone, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike from Tobin. Wind and the 0-1 pitch down in the dirt, and the count levels at 1-1. Both starters will factor in the decision here today. Krennigan looking to pick up his 3rd win as that one swung on and missed. He changed speeds on him there. Count now 1-2, Marian down to their final strike of the day. Wind and the pitch off the outside corner. Couldn't get him to chase, and the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Time is called as Tobin was waiting to get the sign in from Paz. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wind and the pitch. Swan and spoiled foul and out of play down the right field line. Count remain 2-2. Wind in the 2-2 pitch again. In there for a called strike 3, and that's your ball game. Cougars pick up the win here today as they sweep the Sabres by a final score of 11-3. Final totals here in Game 2 for the Sabres: 3 runs on 10 hits, 4 errors, and 9 left on base. For the Cougars, 11 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, and 5 left on. Winning pitcher is Alex Krennigan, now 3-0. Losing pitcher is Garrett Martin, now 2-1. Cougars will be back in action on Saturday when they host Wisconsin Lutheran College. Stick around, though. We have head coach Mike Stosky coming up in just a few moments. We'll get you the rest of your final totals here at the other side of this break. You're watching Cougar Baseball, powered by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
See you back here on Saturday.
Back here in River Forest, Illinois. Setting up your final totals here for Game 2 of our doubleheader. Jose Mercado went 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Brian Van Duzer went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Matt Fouth had 2 hits as well. He had a really good day in the 9-hole for CUC. Matt Nordland, the DH, went 3 for 5 for Marian. And Landowski, the left fielder, had 2 hits as well. CUC continues to pitch well here as they were able to push through 2 more wins to extend their winning streak now to 15 games. The number 1 ranked Cougars now 15-1 overall, 4-0 in the NACC. Marian now 9-6 overall, 1-3 in the NACC. Mike Stosky coming up in just a few moments here as he gets to have a few final words with his players. I'd like to thank our broadcast staff, Irene Swift and Alexa Lamentini, helping us out with the camera work today. Cougars will be back in action here on Saturday afternoon when they take on Wisconsin Lutheran College. First pitch coming at 12 p.m. here from Cougar Field. CUC will then head to Illinois Tech on Sunday afternoon. They'll head to Ed Glancy Field to take on the Scarlet Hawks. It'll be the first time that the Cougars will face the Scarlet Hawks in conference play. Looking forward to talking to Coach Stosky here after this one. His team pitched well, played well, especially when you talk about how the wind was blowing out as much as it was. His offense really got going after struggling over the last 4 or 5 games. Cougar Baseball brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken. Cougar Baseball also brought to you in part by Doc Ryan's. Doc Ryan's on Madison Street, always there for all your Cougar post-game needs. We'll take a quick break for one final time, and then we'll have head coach Mike Stosky in the booth with us to talk about today's doubleheader.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Back here in River Forest, Illinois, once again, I'm CJ Selner. Have head coach Mike Stosky here in the booth with us. First, coach, your thoughts. Your offense put up 21 runs. Your pitchers threw in tough conditions and really threw well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great team effort. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, that was kind of the rhetoric we had at the beginning of the games, was just to play our game and not to kind of change depending on the opponent. So we've pitched well all year. We've got ahead in counts, and we've thrown a lot of strikes, and it's good to see our offense continue to break out. And, you know, I said in between games, we seem to hit better when we're either tied or down. So it was nice to see that 4 spot in the 8th to kind of put it away.
One person we have to talk about, because it was always a claim he has no juice. He proves he's got juice. Jose Mercado going deep for the first time.
He yelled juice as he was running around third. It made me laugh. Man, I'll tell you what, they made the pitching change right after that, and I went in the dugout and said, I think we just won the game, because that took the you know, kind of the wind out of their sails, and it got us going. It's fun to see that kind of stuff. It's just fun to watch the guys enjoy the game. You know, I mean, it's obviously we're 15-1, and it's easy to enjoy the game when you're winning so much, but it's those little things inside the game to enjoy that really keeps the coaching staff going, and we love to see it. And I tell you what, there wasn't anybody more excited than Jose Mercado after that ball left the field.
And he wasn't the only one that homered today. And there were really no cheap homers. Yes, the wind was blowing out, but the guys got a lot better swings. And I think the patience at the plate, especially in Game 1, Sandoval had a lot of breaking stuff that they laid off that got them into counts where they got fastballs.
Well, that's exactly right. You know, people are going to concentrate on the pitch that was hit. As you know, hey, he went after an attack to 1-0 fastball, and that was the pitch he hit. But they don't realize they laid off a great borderline 0-0 breaking ball, or they worked the count back to a 2-1 count. I mean, those are the kind of things that go unnoticed. But we see it, and that's why those guys are hitting the middle of the order, and that's why those guys are our run producers, because they put themselves in counts to do some damage. And today they sure as heck did.
You guys are 15-1 overall now, number 1 in the country. You guys are kind of on a roll, but
yeah.
We talked about it where it was kind of a lull almost at Wheaton. it feels like that they're kind of getting going again like we saw in Florida.
Yeah, I think that they're realizing that we can't just show up and teams are going to fold for us. I mean, we're going to get everyone's best effort, and that's nothing new. But I think last week kind of opened our eyes that if we just play good baseball, we got a chance to be beat, and we got to continue to play great baseball. But I give a lot of credit to Coach Connor because he made kind of a standard for the hitters. He has an expectation level for them every single game now, no matter who the opponent is, and we're just trying to reach that level. We're trying to reach that standard, and if we do, we'll win the game. And I think that's the big thing right now is the hitters are kind of going up with the sense that they have a goal to reach, and they reached it twice today.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the 2 wins. Cougars, winners of 15 straight now, 15-1 overall. Most certainly going to stay at the top of the polls in the country with 4 wins this week. CUC, for the final time today, winners by scores of 10-6 and 11-3. We'd like to thank you for tuning in all day long here at Cougar Field. For everybody at Concordia University Chicago, I'm CJ Sellner. Thank you for tuning in. We will talk to you on Saturday as the Cougars host Wisconsin Lutheran College here from River Forest. Everyone, have a good night. Cougar Baseball has been brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Melrose Park. Eat more chicken.